Alright. So I'm working on this airlock system to pressurize and depressurize the room using a couple doors, an air vent, and event controller. I learned a few things learning this because I'm not very good at air vents and airlock systems, so I haven't really toyed with them much, but I learned a little something, so I wanted to share. So let's set this up. I have this one set to start and stop the generator, which will keep my tank at a certain percentage, and I'll explain that later. And then this will be the airlock system. So to get started, we want to name your event controller the proper one. We're going to go to doors, finished, open, closed, and then we need to select the doors we want. So so we select both our doors because these are only two doors on the base, so you want to make sure you label them the proper ones. We're gonna do open, close, and then select their actions. So this is if I believe if the door is open, and this would be if the door is closed. I'm only gonna put slots in here on the closed side. So where's my... So I want the inner door to be toggle block on off, and then go to section 2, outer door, toggle block on off, and then number 3 would be the air vent, should be this one, to depressurize on off. That's it for that. I need to make sure that I power this door off. Hold on, is the other door open? I can't tell now. No, it wasn't even open. So this one, it needs to be set up in its state that you want it to be in. So I want the outer door open. This door will be closed and locked, and it'll be depressurized. So what I want to do is set this, and hopefully I didn't screw it up, but we will double check. Depressurize is on. Okay. We need the door, sliding door or inner, to be off. Okay, and then in the air vent, we have a couple things you want to add into here, which I didn't know you could do certain things in the setup actions of here. So we want the air vent to be I'm not sure if I'm setting this up right, but we will find out. So inner to be open, and the outer to be open. As it right now, it's saying it's closed, and it's saying it's open. So when these change, based on what we do. So technically now what I need to do, it should work now. So what, I gotta go in here and close that door. And this door should open when that room pressurizes, as it did. So this door should be off now. Yep, got the red light, it's off. So basically can't do anything from the outside. Room is pressurized. Room is pressurized. So if I were to come in here and close my door, it's going to depressurize, the door's going to open, and out I go. So the thing with the oxygen tank that I need to show you, which I have, oh, hopefully I didn't screw that up. So this guy, I have it set to be tank filled threshold of 80%. So if it drops below 80, the generator is going to kick on and fill my tank back up to 80. And the reason for that is you want to make sure you got your oxygen tank, which is the one I'm using, and then your setup actions, the O2 generator to be toggle it off and then toggle it on when the thresholds are met. Reason for that is when you go to depressurize the room and your tank is 100% full, it will take forever for this to depressurize. And I'll just go ahead and show you. Because right now it's, you know, right now it's 80.02% filled. And it can depressurize and pressurize just fine. Come back, wait for it to depressurize, see how fast that went, and then I come back outside. I go over here, close my door, it's going to pressurize really fast, and open the door. And during that time, this tank changed, I'm 80.03 now, because it drained some oxygen, generator kicked on. So if I were to turn that off, right here, just turn this whole event timer off, this should be filling up 100% now. I guess not. It's because this guy's off. Turn my generator back on. It should be filling that tank now. As it is, right? Get up to 100. 4 green bars. Watch how long it takes to depressurize this room. This is something I didn't know was a thing. It's just gonna stay blue. And you're like, what the hell's happening? And see, the depressurized system's on, but it's like, it's not doing anything because it has nowhere to send that air. That tank is full, so air can't go anywhere. So if I open this, it's gonna vent out the system. Basically just vented out my room. So now we're depressurized. I close this, watch how quick it pressurizes. Door opens. Tank is full. So I kick this bad guy back on. So it should start doing its thing. If I cycle a few times, that tank, see, it's not depressurizing because there's no room to put that air. Let it depressurize up again. I'll just close and let it, I'm just kind of draining the tank out a little bit. Depressurize back up, 100%. I'm not over pressurized like I was before. And it kind of is. Did that. I wonder what happened if the other tank. See if the tank is 100% full. It's still 100%. It's because this guy's on. It should be off right now. So now when I drain this thing out, it should kick back on because of the event controller. should kick a hole in the wall and let it pressurize down, drain the tank a little bit. Yeah, actually that depressurized on its own already because there was enough room in the tank. Because you saw how quick those lights went. So I'll look at the O2 tank. Yeah, see we're down the light. We're at 98%, so now there's room for oxygen to move. That's the reasoning for that. There's a couple other ways you can go about it. You can do an event controller to turn your O2 generator on and off. You could do it to I think you can do it to your tank to turn one's the O2 generator off. The other one is I've seen people use connectors. Kind of cool. Takes up a little bit more space, I guess you could say. But we'll go here and set that up. So I got this guy set up right here. So same situation, basically same setup. It's just I didn't put doors here. Right now we're filled to 60%, right? And they're disconnected. So if I were to change this and tell it to tank filled to equal to or greater than, and your threshold, which I have it set to 60, and you add your oxygen tank. If I wanted to change this to say 70, as you saw immediately, tank is going up and then right to 70. And my connector is now disconnected. So you could do that method to allow it to connect and disconnect from the generator to fill your tank to a certain percentage. So as you're opening and doors and venting out the system, if your tank ever gets below 70%, then the event controller is going to have, I think it's set just to that connector if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'll have it set to unlock and then lock. You only want to do one of the two connectors. I don't think it matters which one you use. You just want one of the two connectors. So I just have one connector to do when it's below 70, then this thing will lock. And when it hits its threshold limit, that connector will unlock and then separate the system. So no more air is going into your pressurized room. So I hope that helps. There's some quick little tutorial in my little creative world to show you how airlock system kind of works. I have a lot to learn still, but I was bugging out why for the longest time that this thing would not depressurize the room, and I learned that my tank was 100% full. I had nowhere for that air to go, so I had to create this system to shut this guy off and not fill up. And then that way, like, that door stays off outside, so really no one else can come in. I mean, you're playing by yourself anyways, but if you were to have some people, you could put a button out there to reverse these cycles. So if that button would basically just tell this door to close, it would go through the cycle and open up, and then they could come in and shut this door, and then the system would work again if you were to play in a co-op kind of environment. But yeah, hope that helps. If you got any questions, shoot me a comment. And cool. Thanks for watching. Peace.